Hey people, it's Thursday. You might not recognise me, but it's me, Jamie. I have this makeup on my face which I've smudged now, which sucks a bit. Because I did a photo shoot for my friend Nick. This week we are talking about how we deal with dysphoria and things of that nature. Right. How do I deal with dysphoria? Dysphoria for me generally leads. I deal with it in similar ways that I deal with depression. So I either, like I spoke about last week, like overdress as a female, so just like drag majorly, because then I'm like dragging and people can call me a she and it doesn't matter if they mispronounce me and things like that. I've got pen everywhere. Oh my god, I'm a mess. So yeah, that's one thing that I do. Second thing is I write poetry. I do write poetry. I've written a poem about like gender stereotypes, normally quite angsty, angry stuff. Other things I do is I write on myself. Yeah, look at that. I get things screaming at me in my head sometimes, and I'm like, right, if I write them all down, then they're out of my head and I can see them on paper and then logically think through them and think, no, these aren't right. So I write a lot. I would suggest writing. Writing helps me deal with dysphoria because I can kind of express everything on paper and people don't have to know. So, because my psychiatrist, like Jacoby said about keeping a journal, my psychiatrist suggested that I wrote stuff down. So I started doing it in form of poetry because I'm not very good at expressing my emotions. I used to burn stuff after I wrote it, or just literally just tear it up and chuck it somewhere, because at the end of the day, I also write small proses which can be quite dark, but that's why I like writing them, because they can kind of get the inner kind of disgustingness of me out there. And people are like, I can't write, I can't do that, and I'm like, well, I can't. I'm not amazing at writing. I literally just go words on paper, and that's the point of it. You don't have to be good at it, and like most of the time, half my poetry I absolutely despise. Like other things that I do, I obviously bind. I'm not binding today as such, as in I'm not wearing my binder. However, I am wearing a sports bra, which doesn't completely flatten me, but flattens me slightly, and everyone's like, well, if you're on a girl day, which I don't know, I'm kind of androgynous today, we'll go with that. So people are like, if you're on a girl day, why do you still flatten your chest? Because it's very rare that I will wear a proper kind of cleavage bra. So I'm like, well, I still don't like my chest. I've never felt comfortable with my chest as a guy or as a girl. Like I've never wanted a big chest really. So today I'm only wearing one sports bra. Other days I'll wear two, which will flatten me slightly, and then obviously when I'm having really awful dysphoria, then I'll wear my binder. I don't get bottom dysphoria as much, but if I do get it, the only thing that changes is I won't partake in sexual activities, because obviously other than that no one's really gonna see me down there. I also sing. At the moment I sing a lot with my friend Ben. Hey Ben. Who is awesome, and he is amazing at guitar and singing and things. So he makes me happy, and singing with him makes me happy. So I go there and sing. I obviously have done not so good behaviours as well in the past, such as self-harm and overeating, undereating, binge eating, not eating at all, starving myself. But now I realise that that's not the best way to deal with it, and I've found other ways of dealing with it. I also go for walks, but yeah, I just like walking. I like rivers, I like parks. So yeah, I write things down a lot, and even if I then like rip them up and burn them at school, I'm currently writing a story. I think part of it is on my personal Tumblr, which you can find on here. So yeah, I write stories and prose and poems. Like, I feel bad sometimes for writing them, because what I write is like disgustingly dark and horrible, and like other people would probably feel uncomfortable reading half the stuff that I've written. But for me, I'm just like, well, it's not for anyone else, it's for me to get all this crap from here, and I can rationally analyse it and heal. So that's how I deal with dysphoria. I write, I walk, I sing. Pretty standard dealing with situations. And then also I bind and just dress and ask people to call me things. How I went to Brighton was like the LGBT capital of the UK, and I went there and it was awesome. And I love Brighton. My friend lives down there. Hey, Lucy. So yeah, that was good. And I went out clubbing and drank way too much. Okay, I'm gonna go now because I need to go eat and revise for my A levels and do some washing because I ran out of underwear yesterday and started wearing bikini bottoms because yeah, it's quite disgusting. And Zane, you should get a dog. You should get all of them. Just get like 20 million of them and it'll be cool. Yes, ask us questions for next week. Go to transtubers.tumblr.com and ask us loads of questions and be like, hey, Q&A time. If you've got any questions for us. If you have just general, you want some advice, just go stick a question in there and we can all answer it in the video next week. Or if you want us to just post your reply, we can do that as well. If you want to see more of my poetry, I will post a link to some of them or something. If you want to follow me on Tumblr, go do that. savemefrommybrain.tumblr.com. If you want to follow me on Twitter, just actually no, you don't follow me on Twitter because my birth name is used and I don't want anyone knowing that. Awkward. I need to make on your Twitter and tweet new things. Also, Jack Skellington is my new obsession. I have a bag with Jack Skellington all over it, and this has Jack Skellington on it as well. So yes, if anyone wants to buy me a present, just buy me lots of Jack Skellington. Right, I'm gonna go now because I've said that to you. Bye!